Yo, what's up, guys? A lot of promos on PrizePicks, a bunch of different sports books. So figured I would do a live stream and we can look for some bets. So I'll go ahead. Let me share my screen, get all these sports books pulled up, and we can go from there. So there's a few promos that are on Friday that are definitely worth taking advantage of, right? So just like the Jokic, and these just ended up moving. So that stinks, but had some plays on PrizePicks, but just like, this Jokic free square. So where is it? Where's the Jokic free square? Here, right? Like here, right? Where they're bringing Jokic's points line down to 0.5. There's a lot of promos you want to take advantage of on Fridays. So the first one is right here. It's PrizePicks. So basically, the way it works is your first flex play entry is protected up to $20. And if you go 0 for 6, you also get a free entry. So maybe going 0 for 6 isn't so bad today. But long story short, like, you want to place an entry for this. This is a risk-free bet, right? If you lose, you get your money back. So it's kind of all upside and no downside. So this is just a protected entry, risk-free entry, however you want to think about it. If you lose, you get your money back. And then on No House Advantage, they're boosting their payouts on 4-pick entries to 15x payout, right? So any 4-pick entry, you're getting a 15x payout. So if you look on Underdog Fantasy, right, any 4-pick entry you create, you're only getting a 10x payout, right? So you can see that kind of right here. Any 4-pick entry, you're getting a 10x payout. Doesn't matter if you take overs, unders, whatever. You're always getting a 10x payout. I think PrizePicks is also a 10x payout, but we can take a quick look. You can see they already have player props up for game. So same thing with PrizePicks. So you're literally getting a 50% improvement on No House Advantage for this promo. So I've kind of broken down the math behind this, No House Advantage promo, and I'll actually just share this spreadsheet. But I definitely recommend signing up. What's up, guys? Yeah, it is harder. So I definitely recommend checking out this spreadsheet, whatever. No House Advantage, there's a link in the description on YouTube. Like, if you don't have this platform, highly recommend signing up. They give you an $100 deposit bonus, $100 sign-up bonus when you sign up with promo code OddsJam. And they have this promo. They run this promo every single Friday. It's called Happy Hour. Happy Hour runs from, 12 to 3, so a little bit of a beat time to have happy hour. But it's an insane improvement. So basically, if you go through the math, what you're going to see is when you're getting a 15x payout, you only have to win these plays 50.82% of the time, right, to be profitable. So if you're winning your plays, to put that more clearly, if you're able to win your plays for this promo 53% of the time, so if you go over to No House Advantage, right? You go to versus the house. That's the tab you want to go to. If you can get these player props correctly, these over-unders correctly 53% of the time, your ROI for this promo is going to be 18.35%, right? Like, we're literally just breaking down the math. If you can win 55% of your player props, your ROI playing this promo is going to be 37%. So basically, if you just go over to a little parlay calculator, essentially any 4-pick parlay, right? You're just getting plus you're getting a 15x payout. So that's essentially like them having every leg in your parlay at just minus 103 odds, right? So you can see here, if you have a 4-leg parlay on a sports book where every play is minus 103 odds, you're getting a 15x payout. So basically with this promo, there's only, they're baking minus 103 juice into their market. So for example, if you look at, Jock Market, for their 5-pick entries, it's minus 119 juice. For this promo on No House Advantage, it's minus 103. So anyways, let me be quiet and let's start going through some picks, right? Because there's going to be a lot of value in general on No House Advantage. So what we can do is we can kind of just you can either sometimes, so what's weird about No House Advantage is you can't bet on, you can't place bets on different days. So in your 4-pick entry, you can't include, picks for game, 2 of Heat versus Nuggets and also MLB plays. So for now, I'll just filter for baseball. And also sometimes if I'm looking for, correlations, it's pretty good to take unders from the same team. Oftentimes, like, for example, if you take a bunch of players from the same team to go under in player runs, you get kind of a positive bump, right? If Zach McKinstry doesn't score a run, it's more likely that other players aren't going to score a run on his team, right? They're on the same team. So if the Tigers have 0 runs, or like, let's say he's on base and some other guy's on base, if the guy who's up at the plate hits a home run, they're both going to score a run. They're both going to go over, right? So in the MLB, like, you want to pair player runs, unders together. But anyways, we can just kind of start going through some picks, and there's nothing super complicated going on here. I'm just using this little fantasy optimizer. All these picks are in red because they're usually not profitable. But with this promo, any play winning above 50.82% of the time is profitable. So what we can do is we can just go over to the MLB, right? And you can essentially, again, this is minus 103 juice for this promo. So the first play it's recommending is McKinstry to not score a run. So we're getting this play. Again, with the promo, it's minus 103. So all of the sports books have this at minus 130-ish. We're getting this play at minus 103 for this promo. So what we can do is we can just kind of start building slips. And you can see, it looks like they've already moved that. So I need to refresh this, and then also let me refresh this. The issue is, sometimes these plays move quick when the promo is going on. Unsurprisingly, because there's a lot of people taking advantage of this promo. So we can type in this McKinstry guy. So this only has hits plus runs plus RBIs. I'm not sure why this is showing player runs, but whatever. We can start with Goldschmidt under 1.5 bases, right? So this will be the first play we go with, and they only have fantasy score. So I don't know if they're moving these insanely quickly or if this is just really delayed on OddsJam for some reason. But what we can do is whatever. We can start a little lower. So we can start with like a Rosarena, let's say. Is his play available? Yeah, it is. Okay. So we'll start here, 51.77% win rate. So for this promo, if you're able to win your picks, or if your picks have a win rate of 51.77%, your ROI placing bets on this promo is going to be like, 7%. So pretty decent. So what we can do is we're just looking for any plays. You can literally take any with win rates above 50.82%. So that's basically the entire screen. So we'll start with a Rosarena, and then we can see, are there any other players on the Rays who we can take unders for? So Josh Lowe under singles, that seems pretty good. And then also Brandon Lowe under half of a run. Also Yandy Diaz, right? So like you can kind of just search. So I'm going to take Lowe under half of a single, get a little bit of positive correlation. Which Lowe is it? The Lowe on the Rays. So we want wow, there's a lot of lows apparently in the MLB. So which Lowe are we looking for? Josh Lowe under half of a single, right? So we're getting a little bit of positive correlation. Again, taking 2 hitters on the same team to both go under, you get a little bit of an added benefit. And then we can take Harper under in singles and Trey Turner under bases. Or actually, I don't think it's going to let me bet players from the same team more than once. So what we can do is we can just take whatever. So let's actually go back up. Let's go back to Harper under 1.5, under half of a single. So I'd rather grab that. So let's just grab that. So let's grab Harper under half of a single. Right, and we're getting a 15x payout. And this play on Harper, what was the win rate? 52.41%. And then we can take Acuna Jr. under 1.5 bases. So pretty simple. I mean, you're just like, there's no magic here. Your selections are full. What are you talking about? So let me refresh this. It's just a little bit of a janky platform sometimes. So I want to take Harper under half of a single. I want to take a Rosarena under half of a run, right? Harper under half of a single, a Rosarena under half of a run. And then we can add in, what else did we want to add in? Acuna Jr. under 1.5 bases. And then we want to include Josh Lowe under something. So I wanted Lowe under half of a single. So that's correct. And then we hit this for $10. We're getting the boosted payout to 15x for this promo. So boom, we take advantage of it. That's our first, play on No House Advantage. And you can bet as many of these plays as possible. Like there's no magic to it. Like literally unlimited entries, but $10 max. And then how you think about it is like if we go back to OddsJam, let's say our average play. So we took Harper, win rate of 52.41%, Acuna Jr. 52.28%. So let's say our picks, right, have an average win rate of 52%. So what that means is the ROI, or, if you put in like whatever, 52.2%, like you can see, like, it changes your ROI. So if you're winning your picks 52.1% of the time, or your plays have a 52.1% win rate for this promo, your ROI for this promo is roughly 10%. So every $10 slip is worth like $1 in profit margin, right? And like, I think about everything when I'm sports betting in terms of profit margin, right? What is the ROI of this bet? What is the edge on this bet? So that's the first play we'll go with on No House Advantage. So if you want to tail it, it's right here. Unlimited entries. So then it's just pretty simple. You can just refresh it. You can place as many entries as you want, and then we can remove this. And you can see like they're moving lines pretty quickly. So I'll try to move quickly. So we can take Jimenez under singles, Harper under singles, and Acuna Jr. under bases. And again, like, I know it's not glamorous, but this really is just how you make money sports betting, right? There's a lot of promos that are really profitable, and even just taking advantage of these no-brainer promos is a pretty easy way to like make some money. So we want Eloy Jimenez under half of a single. We want Stevenson under half of a single. And it looks like, they just moved that. So we can take Ober under 4.5 strikeouts. He's on the Twins. Okay. Nope. Looks like they moved that. So some of these plays, they just tend to, or actually did they? Yeah, they did move this. Ober's gone. So what we can take is Blede under half of a base. So it's like, okay, we can take him under half of a base. Boom. And then we want one final play. Maybe add in another Braves player under, or another White Sox player under. Nope, that's not a win rate above 50.8%. So whatever, we'll go back to Harper and take him under singles again, right? No positive correlation in this slip, but it's kind of like whatever. And again, like you don't have to, like this promo is really profitable. You're literally just getting -103 juice. So like there's no reason to overthink every single one. Like I'd recommend just try to place as many as possible. They're giving you unlimited entries, but they have a $10 max bet size. So you kind of just have to keep placing them. Anyways, what's up, guys? Yeah, I'm going to do PrizePicks here in a sec. We'll look at PrizePicks as well for their Flex Friday thing. But anyways, like the concept is pretty simple, is basically like on No House Advantage, right? These payouts are fixed. You could take all overs. You could take all unders. Doesn't matter. You're always getting the exact same payout. So if we go to batter props and you go to player, what did we take for Harper? I think we took his singles under. So if you go to singles, right, and then we want to see Harper, right? Sports books have his under favored, right? Very slightly, -125, -105. But again, on No House Advantage, you're getting -103 juice for this promo, 50.82% win probability. And this is a platform, right? Like No House Advantage is a platform just like PrizePicks where, man, there are esports everywhere. But where is MLB, right? So this is a platform just like PrizePicks where if you take overs versus unders, it doesn't matter. Like you can see right here, right? I'm getting a 15x payout. Doesn't matter if I take overs or unders. You could take any 4 picks. You're always getting a 15x payout. So essentially, like you just want to look for spots where sportsbooks have one side a bit favored, right? So Harper, you can literally just pull up DraftKings for player singles as well, and you can kind of like scan through if you want to do it manually. But you can see for Harper, all the books, right? It's not just DraftKings. It was also Caesars, like you can see here, right? Caesars, BetMGM, like they all have the under as the favorite outcome. Under's -125 odds. The under's the favorite outcome. So the under's a great play to go with, for your parlay play entry, right? Because all you need to do, the sports books are saying, yo, Harper's under's favored. All you have to do to be profitable on this promo is win your picks 50.82% of the time. It's only -103 juice. So on NHA, we're essentially getting -103 juice for this promo DraftKings has this at minus 125, so we're getting really good value, right? So I definitely recommend, even for just doing the promos, take advantage, sign up, promo code OddsJam, you get $100 deposit bonus. Like I've explained it before, but like these promos, even if you're a low bankroll bettor, like, this is the easiest way to make money sports betting, and it's the same thing for all these different books, right? Like, Sleeper had that free square on Derek White a couple of days ago for Game 7 of Heat. They lowered his points line down to 0.5. Like all these different books have promos. Some of them are really good. So like every Friday, you get a $20 risk-free bet from PrizePicks. Like this is free money, right? If you know what you're doing. Like these books offer these promos as a marketing cost. They know they're losing a bit of money on them, but they don't really care as much. So you can see here's a play on Corbin Burns under 17.5 outs plus 150. So we can lock that in on Fliff as well. So again, like, you want to have as many bucks as possible. And again, like as you saw on No House Advantage, some of these plays move quick. So I'll go ahead and lock that in on Fliff. They have a little, they have an app that you can get on your computer if you want to bet from your computer. But I've explained before, like, in the MLB, a lot of times these lines move around lineups, right? When lineups are released. So you can see, right? Like about an hour ago, lineups were released for the Reds who Burns is pitching against, right? Like when teams release their official lineup, that's new information in the market. So the market has to adjust, right? If all these hitters, strike out more often, or these hitters, have higher strikeout rates than Corbin Burns, his over in strikeouts will get more favored, right? Like lines are always moving, adjusting to new information in the market. Just like, a company has a good earnings report, the stock price goes up, right? It's like the market's always adjusting to new information. So if all these hitters strike out a lot, Corbin Burns is over, 6.5, 7.5 strikeouts, will get more favored. So there were some pretty good plays on Fliff just based on this lineup news. I also locked in this play on Williamson. But regardless, like also recommend, Fliff. Like this sportsbook is available basically everywhere in the United States. I'm not sure if it's legal in Canada, but there's a lot of profitable bets on, Fliff. So recommend signing up. So Rockies, Royals, first half total runs over 5.5 plus 120, right? Like pretty clear value here. 2.22% profit margin. So the way you kind of like quantify your profit margin. So if we just go to the Rockies game and we'll take this over, is like I've explained before, but like, when you have an edge, you want to place as many bets as possible. It's kind of like if you're a good poker player, right? You don't go to the poker table if you're the best poker player in the world and play one hand. And if you get dealt 2-7, you bounce afterwards, right? Like you want to, if you have an edge and if you're winning, sometimes you're going to lose some bets. Sometimes at the poker table, you're going to get dealt crappy cards, or your opponent's going to get lucky and going to have worse cards, but they're going to get the right cards on, the turn, whatever, right? You get the point. Is like when you have an edge, like the best poker players, they're not winning every day they go to the poker table. Maybe 40 or maybe 55% of the days they're winning, right? So long story short, like when you have an edge, you want to place as many bets as possible. You can see in 2023, I've already placed over 3,000 bets because not every bet's going to win. You're still going to go through winning streaks and losing streaks, but when you have an edge, you win long-term. But anyways, let's look for some plays on PrizePicks. We'll look for some more plays on No House Advantage. So we can place a couple more maybe on No House Advantage. We can try to place an NBA play as well. So again, like they're not going to let you bet on games from different days. So if you want to place an NBA entry, you kind of got to place an NBA only entry. And you can see there's a lot of unders. So let me actually just clear that. I'm fine with overs and unders. So Jokic over 23.5 rebounds plus assists. You can see, you look at DraftKings, you just need, you're getting minus 103 juice for this promo on No House Advantage. So if you go over to player combos, right? Where's DraftKings have their line? They have Jokic's over pretty heavily favored, right? So that's a great play to go with on No House Advantage. So we can start building a little NBA slip. There's also a lot of WNBA today, so I got to remember to take advantage of that. So let me refresh this, get rid of the picks we currently have selected. go back to go back to NBA. And like nothing complicated here. We just want 3 picks. So we want Jokic over 23.5 assists plus rebounds. So it's like, okay. And then we want 52.74% win rate. Bam over 3.5 assists. So there's also a play on Jokic rebounds, but obviously we'd rather have the higher profit margin play. So if this play is more likely to win, we'd rather include that than Jokic. Pope under 13.5 points plus rebounds. So it's like, okay. Pope under 13.5 points plus rebounds. It's like, okay. And then we can take Bruce Brown over points plus rebounds. 3 under rebounds plus. Brown over 13.5 points plus rebounds. So boom, we're getting a 15x payout. Also pretty good correlation, right? We're taking an over and an under for a player in points and then kind of whatever with Jokic. So boom. And then we got an all NBA slip, right? So these 4 picks right here, you can kind of take a screenshot. And again, it's like you don't have to, like this promo is insanely profitable. Like don't spend an hour thinking about one entry. Try to place as many as possible. Because again, like let's say the average win rate on our picks we went with was like, 52.4%. Your promo bet has an ROI of 13%, right? So like you just want to place as many slips as possible during this promo period. So what we can do is just, kind of fun. You can keep going. So we can place maybe one more here. Might as well. NBA while we can. And again, what's annoying about it is the, $10 max bet size, but whatever. It's kind of nice because you can create a bunch of different entries. And like all you have to do, if you place 15 entries, all you have to do is win 1 to break even, right? So like, and you're going to be very likely to win at least 1. So like, I recommend trying to place like, really as many slips as possible. So we can go to Pope under 13.5 points plus rebounds. So 3 of these picks we can keep the same. And then you can just kind of be like, okay, what's a final pick? Gabe Vincent under points plus assists, under 16.5 points plus assists. It's like, sure, right? And there we go. Another slip, another $1.50 in profit margin, another really good, small little parlay for the NBA Finals. Just keep locking them in. You can keep going through. But anyways, PrizePicks does have their Flex Friday too. So I can, hop over to PrizePicks for a brief second, see if there's anything, again, just looking at the optimizer. But I highly recommend, you have 40 minutes left in this promo on No House Advantage. Again, sign up. They give you an $100 deposit bonus. Register with promo code ODDJAM. You get $100 for free. And they have this promo, every day, or not every day, but every week, 2 times a week, Wednesdays and Fridays. They run a promo like this, which is, obviously great. So what we can do is we can hit this little show line differences tab, any WNBA picks. What do we want to go with? And we can look for some PrizePicks plays. So maybe we start out in the WNBA. So the WNBA, there's, I think, 4 games today. And I've explained this before, but it's obviously not as popular of a sport as the NBA. But that also means sportsbooks watch their lines less closely. And a lot of times there's pretty big discrepancies. So actually, I just found one on Parlay Play. Go allow. So what we can do is we can start building a slip on Parlay Play. So for example, here's a good play on Ryan Howard, right? So this is just another fantasy site. Again, I recommend getting as many of these as possible. All these books have different lines. Like this play, it's clear as day, right? Parlay Play, they have their line at 26.5. PrizePicks and Underdog have their line lower at 25.5. A sports book, Betano, right here, they have their line at 24.5. Bet365 has the line at 25.5. So it's pretty clear Parlay Play, they have their line too high, right? And on this Parlay Play platform, so I recommend this kind of presentation Kind of breaks down all these different fantasy sites. How many picks should you be going with? Stuff like that. So what's up, guys? What's up? Yo, what's up? What's up? So anyways, let's keep going through. But what was I going to say? So this this presentation I just put in the chat, it kind of breaks down like, oh, for Thrive Fantasy, for Sleeper, how many picks should you be going with? So on Parlay Play, it's 6 pick entries with insurance, and the break-even win rate is 53.2%. So all that means is any picks winning above 53.2% of the time are profitable in an entry, right? So then you can see there's 2 player props on Ohtani and Savale. Both of these player props are winning above 53.2% of the time, right? So they're profitable. And again, everything's just based on sportsbook odds, right? There's no BS, right? Like Pinnacle, known to be one of the sharpest bookmakers, a really smart sportsbook. They have Ohtani's over 4.5 hits allowed, heavily favored, right? So the over is the more likely outcome, 54.1% to win. So it's a play that's good in a parlay play entry. So we can go here, and then we can go to Savale, over 4.5 strikeouts. So now we have 3 picks, but again, we want to go with, so we want this under, right, for Ryan Howard. So again, like, it's not like I'm saying this play on Howard is a lock, right? Like, that's BS. This is just a play with an edge, right? Like, Parlay Play has their line at 26.5. All the other data points in the market have this line at 25.5, 24.5. So this is a play winning above 53.2% of the time, right? You're just trying to find small little edges using information in the market to increase the win rate of your bets on these fantasy platforms, and that's how you make money. And again, like, there's just a lot of value in general in the WNBA. So yesterday I had this bad boy, 2 for our first 3. I think I lost my other 2 plays. So I lost my other 2 plays, but we did cash the last live stream. We cashed a big WNBA play. So our last Underdog WNBA play, or our last live stream on Underdog Fantasy, we did pretty well. $3,000 win there. But what we can do is you can see, like, for Jackie Young, Underdog has her line at 27.5, PrizePicks 27, Parlay Play 26.5, Bet365 has her line at 26.5 with the under favored. So this seems like a decent play on Underdog if we want to start building a slip. So oftentimes what I'll do is I'll just pull up kind of all these platforms. Again, like, there's a promo on PrizePicks, there's a promo on Underdog, or not a promo on Underdog, I apologize. So you can see there's also a play on Candace Parker, 21.5 on Parlay Play, 20.5 on PrizePicks and Underdog. Alicia Gray, though, there's no value in the market, right? They all have her line at 24.5. So this seems pretty good. Wilson over 30.5. Her line's 30.5 on Parlay Play, 31.5, 31 on PrizePicks, 32.5 on Betano. So, like, it just requires some manual work. Like, not saying it's super fun, or maybe it is if you like sports betting, but, like, not always, just kind of taking advantage of the profitable promos. And Natasha Cloud, under 20.5, points plus rebounds plus assists. There's value all over this Parlay Play platform, right? 19.5 on PrizePicks and Underdog. So we can go here, and we want to take her under 20.5. So we can go here, and we can take her under 20.5. And another cool thing, I'm going to find that next once I get through this Parlay Play slip. But what's another cool thing about this Parlay Play platform is every day, I mean, there's so many promos on these books, from PrizePicks, right? Their flex entry, to, you can see right here. What was I trying to say? So on Parlay Play, there's a different promo. So on this Parlay Play platform, you can see what they let you do is, I want to take this girl, or this woman, Natasha Cloud, under 20.5 PRAs. PrizePicks and Underdog have her line at 19.5. But what they'll let you do is, this is called sliding the line, is you can only do this once per day, but they'll give you a point bump, right? So I want to take Natasha Cloud's under, and they'll let me, like, I already want to bet her under 20.5 PRAs. PrizePicks and Underdog have her at 19.5, but they'll give you another point of leeway. So they'll let me bet her under 21.5. And now I'm getting 2 points of value to PrizePicks and Underdog. So we'll go through PrizePicks here in a sec, but let's try to round out this parlay play slip. So maybe I'll check out like rebounds plus assists. I don't know. There can be value anywhere. Like again, with this sportsbook screen, I kind of just like go through different markets, whatever. So we have 2 picks from the fantasy optimizer. Cool. And then we can also go back to No House Advantage. And we can place some new plays here in a second. So we can do unders, and then we can go back to the MLB. And then we can place a few more. And then we need to find our PrizePicks free square. So rebounds plus assists, any value, any value, any value. Sabrina, Conescu, 11.5 versus 11. Any bigger discrepancies? I mean, the bigger discrepancy, the better, right? Like, obviously, a point of value versus half a point of value, like, you want as much value as possible. So what we can do, so this seems decent. Donnie under 29.5 points plus rebounds. So do we already have a play on the Mystics? We already have an under on the Mystics. So I don't really want to include another one. So maybe we skip that. So I don't know. There's different discrepancies, but again, trying not to waste forever on each individual play. When you have an edge, you want to place as many bets as possible. This play looks incredible, though. A Conescu under 22.5 points plus assists. Look, PrizePicks and Underdog have her line a 1.5 lower at 21. So that's like, okay, seems like a no-brainer. So we want to take her under 22.5 points plus assists. She's on the Liberty. Do I have another play on the Liberty yet? No, I don't. So that's good to go. And you can use this slide the line. Again, you can only use this once per day. So I'm just going to use it on Natasha Cloud, right? Getting a point of value from 20.5 to 21.5 is better than a point of value from 22.5 to 23.5, which should make sense. So anyways, this promo, you can only bet once per day, max bet size of $20. So it's another like lower bankroll. Like you don't need a huge bankroll. So they moved the play on Ohtani. Great. So again, talking too much. Like there's kind of, there's a fine line between like, looking for good plays and trying to move quickly. So there's still this play on Aaron Savale. We can see what else does the fantasy optimizer have to show us. Right. And this line differences tab, it's kind of like an estimation. I turn it on from time to time so we can take Parker. So this play looks incredible. Parker under 15.5 points. Right. So here we have a WNBA play. So what we can actually do is we can go over to WNBA player points and we can take a look at the play, the fantasy optimizer, right? When you turn on this tab, it's just kind of like estimations of what may be good plays. So what we can do is we can go here and then they're recommending we take her under 15.5 points. So it's like, okay, why are they recommending that? We can take a look. So if we go to Parker, you're going to see Parlay Play has her line at 15.5. Look at this. Like, this is crazy. DraftKings has her line at 12.5. Like, these are huge discrepancies. Bet365 has her line at 15.5. So there's discrepancies all over the market, but PrizePicks and Underdog are a full point lower. DraftKings is 3 full points lower. So if you use DraftKings as well as Parlay Play, what you could do is middle this, right? OddsJam has a betting tool for middles, but all a middle means is you take the over, right? Like people always think like, oh, overs, unders, whatever, right? Like, but you have to consider the line you're betting. So I locked in these 6 picks. You can take a screenshot if you want. 6 picks. On Parlay Play, $20 max bet size for this promo. But like, there's a difference, obviously, between betting under on Parlay Play and under on DraftKings. So what you could do is you could take Parker's over 12.5 points on DraftKings to hedge a little. and you could take her under on parlay play. Because then if Parker has 13, 14, or 15 points, you're going to win your under on parlay play and your over on DraftKings. So that's called a middle bet. And again, like to a new sports bettor, it may not make sense. Like, why would you take the over and the under? And it's like, well, because they're 3 points off on different sports books. And this is all possible because all of these sports books, they want to set lines independently. They all, oh, I want to be unique. I want to set lines independently. So we can see on PrizePicks, we can start building our little slip for this promo. So we can go to PrizePicks. And again, on PrizePicks, so we want hits allowed and we want Ohtani, right? So this is the first play it's recommending. So it's like, okay, we'll add in that. And then we can go back here and we can turn on this little like approximations tab. We can also see, okay, in like player points, are there any discrepancies on PrizePicks? So here's another play on Underdog. I know we were building an Underdog slip. So for Brianna Stort, Underdog has her line at 24.5. PrizePicks is lower at 23.5, right? All of the sports books are at 23.5. Parlay plays at 24. So that seems like a decent, kind of play on Underdog. So you can see there's just like a lot of interesting discrepancies in the market, like in the WNBA. So you can middle a lot of these bets. You can kind of do different things. So this play seems decent, right? Ariel Atkins. So if you take a look at this, her line's 11 on PrizePicks. Betano has her line at 12.5. Underdog and Parlay Play have her line at 11.5. So we want Atkins over 11 points on PrizePicks. So we can go back to PrizePicks, and then we want to go to the WNBA, and we want to go to Atkins over 11 points. So now we have 2 picks, but again, if you look at this little DFS presentation, is if you go through the math behind PrizePicks payouts, which I've done in other videos, so feel free to look at. I have videos breaking down all this complicated math for the people who like that stuff. So long story short, you can take a look at this presentation, but like on PrizePicks, you want to go with 5 or 6 pick flex plays. So it's like, okay, cool. And what we can do is we can continue looking through. Maybe there's some value here, whatever. So here's an interesting one because it kind of seems like PrizePicks. So, which I kind of like. So we can take Satu Sabale under 21.5 points. So this line's also on Parlay Play. But again, like Underdog is at 20.5, right? PrizePicks and Parlay Play, it looks like they're both screwing up because all the sports books have her line at 20.5 as well, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like all these books are data points. Underdog, like you have tons of data points with the line at 20.5. PrizePicks and Parlay Play are at 21.5. And again, you kind of just got to move quick. Like you don't want to take forever to do these plays. Whereas here, like for Candace Parker, it kind of seems like both Underdog and Parlay Play are screwing up. PrizePicks has a line at 10.5. Underdog's at 11.5. All of the sports books are at 10.5. So obviously nothing is better than when all the books are aligned. Like nothing's better. Like here, for example, for Candace Parker, it's like, if Parlay Play also had their line at 10.5, like every book is a data point. That's how you got to think as a sharp bettor. Every book's a data point. So if Parlay Play, if they also had Candace Parker's line at 10.5 points, we'd be like, wow, literally every single data point aside from Underdog has their line at 10.5. But sometimes when there's 2 books aligned and 5 books another way, which often happens in the WNBA, it's like, yo, what's going on, right? So Kelsey Plum, this is another interesting one. 16.5, 19.5, 17.5. Like these books are all over the board. Here's one that seems decent though on Underdog. So what we can do is, let me refresh this, is on Underdog, you can see Shanae Ogwu Mike, Her line is 14.5 on Underdog. Sportsbook's 13.5. DraftKings even has the under 13.5 favored. They have lines juiced towards the under. FanDuel, 10 bet, like they also have the line at 13.5. PrizePicks and Underdog are at 14. So that seems decent. So what we could do is we could take these 3 picks on Underdog. So 3 WNBA picks. Here's what I'm going to bet. I'm literally pretty confident. So you can take a screenshot and bet it real quick. I'm pretty confident. I mean, you'll see here in a second. Because I beat Underdog, taking a lot of money from them, they tend to move things very quickly after I bet them. So if you want to lock in this play, go ahead, feel free, please lock it in now. Jackie Young under 27.5 PRAs, Stewart under 24.5 points in the NECA. No, I didn't want Naneka, did I? I thought I wanted some Ogu Mike under 14.5 points. There's 2. It must be siblings. So following the data, so we want these 3 picks. Chene Ogu Mike under 14.5 points, Brianna Stewart under 24.5, and Jackie Young under 27.5 PRA. So I'm going to lock it in here in a sec. But if anyone wants to bet it before the line moves, go ahead. Feel free to lock it in. Now, 1, 2, 3. And then we can continue for the next couple seconds going through, seeing if we can find more plays on PrizePicks. So here's another one that you could take on Underdog. Sophie Cunningham, right? Her line is 11 on Underdog, 10.5 on PrizePicks. Parlay play, 10.5 with the under favored on Betano. So I've explained before, but again, just pull up this PowerPoint I put in the chat is on Underdog. 4 picks with insurance are pretty similar to 3 picks with no insurance. So what we could also take, and well, they just moved this play on Chene. So what I'm actually going to do is I have to replace it with Sophie Cunningham. And then I'll just hit this in a 3-pick entry. But what I was going to say is 4-pick entries are pretty similar. So there we go. That's the play I'm locking in for today on Underdog. 3 picks to turn 500 into 3,000. The last WNBA play we gave out on this stream, we cashed. Hopefully we can do it again. Another big play. So that's pretty cool. Underdog Fantasy, 3-pick, 4-pick, 5-pick with or without insurance. You can sign up with promo code OddsJam. You get a $100 sign-up bonus. Easy money. Easy money, easy money. And then it's okay, we can go back to Fliff. We can see, any new plays on Fliff. Are these plays the same? Whatever. Edward Cabrera, here's a play on PrizePicks, over 6.5 strikeouts. So let's go back to PrizePicks, right? So now we just need one more play on PrizePicks. So we can go to Edward Cabrera, over 6.5 strikeouts, right? This play is just from the positive EV tool. So let's go back here, right? You can see this play is also on Jock Market. All the books have Cabrera's over, pretty heavily favored. Getting this play at -119 seems pretty good. And again, great lines don't last forever. This play still looks good. Contreras under 4.5 strikeouts. I bet it earlier. I gave out that play on Twitter. But you can see, we bet it, I think, at better odds. Yeah, we bet it at -145. Now it's down to -150. Great lines don't last forever. So, just kind of how it is. So we can see, are there any more WNBA, NFC, NHL picks that we want to go with? So we can look at PrizePicks. Nope. Any NBA picks, early NBA picks for a protected entry? Well, I think for our protected entry, we want to bet on players all from the same. Ooh, so this seems really good, right? Brian Dela Cruz, under half of a run. Caesars and DraftKings have this at -160 and -167. So this play, I'm going to rush to bet, right? So I want to go to player runs, and I want to take Cruz under half of a run. And here's my $20 protected entry, but it's pretty good. So whatever, I'll just bet it for $100. And here it is. 5 picks on PrizePicks, right? So if you want to tail it, there it is. Boom, boom, boom. So I don't know, maybe lines started moving on PrizePicks. You can kind of take a look, what happened? Maybe the Marlins game, did they just, yeah, you can see lineups just came out. That's what caused lines to move, right? It was you know, when I was a trader on Wall Street, it's like the biggest days, the days when things move the most are typically like, you know, elections and, you know, big economic reports, earnings reports is like, you know, typically like lines really start to move. So you can see Dela Cruz, like his under half of a run, I mean, plays incredible. Like you go to DraftKings on PrizePicks, I'll share this spreadsheet. This spreadsheet, if you look at the 5 flex tab, kind of breaks down the math behind PrizePicks. And what we can do is but long story short, on PrizePicks, you want to go with 5 or 6 pick flex. So you can see lineups were just announced in the Marlins game, as we just showed. Cruz, his under is super heavily favored. PrizePicks is, again, this is a platform where they literally don't change your payout. They added AFL. They have to get some AFL on OddsJam. But PrizePicks is a platform where they don't change your payout based on you selecting over versus under, right? They literally don't change your payout. All you have to do to make money on this platform is win 54.25% of your picks. So you just want to look for spots like Cruz, right? Where sportsbooks have an under really heavily favored. And in this case, it's Dela Cruz's is under. So OddsJam is just bringing in, you know, pulling in these thousands and thousands of odds to point out these few spots where PrizePicks is slipping up, screwing up. So pretty cool. So we got our protected entry on PrizePicks now. 5 picks. Hopefully people were able to tail it. I can guarantee you this play on Dela Cruz is not going to last much longer because it's really good. So hopefully you move quick and you're not a slow poke because, you know, can't be slow as a gambler, as a trader, as anything, right? You can't be. Like great betting opportunities, stuff like that. They don't last forever. So what we can do is we can just be like, okay, we can go back to No House Advantage, right? They're running that awesome promo. Their happy hour ends in 17 minutes. So what we can do is we can be like, okay, let's take MLB plays, boom, and then let's look for unders, and let's see what's out there. So we can go back here, refresh this, and, you know, start looking for plays. Nothing super complicated. So what do we want to take? So 2 players, and they're the same player. What do we want to take? So we could take a couple of players from the Pirates. Hedges under half of a base, in Mercano under half of a single. So Hedges, so again, like you get a little bit of positive correlation taking MLB unders from the same team. But what's annoying about Underdog too is they add these accents to the players, so like you can't search them. Kuka, no. Anyways, let's just go back to Harper. Let's keep it simple. So let's go back to Harper. We want to take him under half of a single. We want to take Ronald Acuna under 1.5 bases, right? 4 pick entries, win rate, just 50.81% for this promo. So again, if you know you haven't been on the live stream this whole time, this led to crazy line movement on PrizePicks. We were able to get down a really good bet based off line movement. And they're running a promo. This sportsbook, No House Advantage, they run a promo every week where they increase the payout on 4 pick entries from 11 to 15, right? So you can see here on PrizePicks, a 4 pick entry, right? You're always getting a 10x payout, right? So you're literally getting 50% better for this promo on NHA. Break-even win probability of 50.81%. So any of these prop bets winning above 50.81% of the time are going to be profitable. So we can take Stevenson under half of a single. And it's really just like trying to move quickly. Like there's all these different promos, you know, like don't think about it too much, like each individual bet. Just kind of like go. Like this promo is so insanely profitable. You could literally sit here all day and just bet these. Because all you're looking for is a win rate above 50.81%. There's a bunch of player props winning 52, 53% of the time. So Lamont Wade Jr. under half of a run, right? $10 max bet size, all unders in the MLB. And there we go. So that's the 5th entry we've placed on this platform. So again, like for this promo, any of these picks winning 52% of the time, that's an ROI of roughly 10%, right? If you can just find player props. And it's like pretty simple strategy is like, you know, for Harper singles, right? All of the sports books have his under favored. So again, like OddsJam is a no BS product. There's no, you know, just feeling like Jokic is going to go off today. Like that's not how you make money sports betting. It's foolish to think that's how you make money sports betting. So you can see Harper, his under is, you know, under half of a single. All the sports books have his under juiced. His under is the favored outcome. So that's a great play to include in your NHA entry, right? The under is the favorite outcome. The under is winning above 50.81% of the time. So that's a great bet to go with. And again, you sign up for No House Advantage with promo code OddsJam. They're going to give you a $100 sign-up bonus as well. And they run this promo 2 times a week. Like you could literally sit there the entire happy hour and just fire off a bunch of slips, make a lot of money on No House Advantage, and you'll probably be pretty happy. So we can see here. Whoa, good find. So maybe we go here and we can go back to NHA. Do they have Cruz's under? So what we can do is we can go here. They do. They just spell his name differently, so I don't think we're tracking it. So this play we absolutely want to lock in. Acuna Jr. No, we wanted his player bases. Good call out. They just like aren't spelling his name the same way, so it's not available. Yeah, we did PrizePicks. This is what we placed on PrizePicks. 5 picks to turn 100 into 1,000. Protected flex play. And then we can go to Jimenez under half of a single. So good call out on Dela Cruz being on this platform. So here's another one, right? We have 12 more minutes in this promo. $10 to win 1,500, right? Boom. So just kind of like, you know, there's profitable promos on PrizePicks. There's good value on Underdog Fantasy. There's good value, you know, in the WNBA in general, just using the sportsbook screen. Tons of profitable bets out there. So like, you know, you just got to kind of hunt through and look for value. I mean, it's pretty simple. So what do we want to do? So we can check out Jock Market. I mean, the thing is while this promo is going on No House Advantage. Oh my! So here it is. It is on Jock Market now, or sorry, on No House Advantage. So this is insane. So like this player prop is absolutely insane. So I know it's not going to last a long time. So just try to move quickly and, you know, like Harper, we wanted. So I tried like again, like it really is a speed game. Like I'm not sure if PrizePicks still has this line on Dela Cruz available, but you can see here, okay, is we want baseball unders. Come on. So we just want to move quick, right? So like, okay, like let's add in Blade under half of a hit, whatever, right? So boom. So then we got another entry, $10 to win 150. Boom, ticket submitted. So this play is so incredibly profitable, right? In an NH for this promo, if you could win your picks 57.32% of the time, right? 57.32% of the time, your ROI would be 62%. So that play is so incredibly good. And again, like it's not just, oh, you know, I woke up today and decided to put into OddsJam that Cruz is more likely to go under. Look at all the sports books. Just follow the data. I mean, use your brain. Like all the sports books have Cruz's under really heavily favored. So what we can do is like this play is so incredibly profitable that, you know, we really just want to get as many slips as possible down with it. So you can see they moved the line on Harper, but they kept it on Cruz because they ain't that smart. So what we can do is just go quickly and try to mess with them a little. So we can take, you know, Blade under half of a hit again. So it's like, okay. And then we need one more pick. Yoshida, Freeman under 1.5 bases, whatever. Springer under half of a run. So it's like, okay, Springer under half of a run. And we got another slip. And again, this play on Cruz is just so insanely profitable. So like try to include it in as many entries as possible. So boom, it says entry submitted. So it's like, okay, perfect. Let's reload StreamYard again. Yo, come on. And no house advantage. Did their platform just go down? Are you serious? Can't make this up. Did their platform just break? So we can try on Chrome. I think their sportsbook just broke. But we can pull it up. If not, we'll go over to Underdog. But I think it just broke. I think we broke their sportsbook. It's not loading for me. Maybe it's loading for someone else. But if it's loading for you, keep hitting out this play on Dela Cruz. I mean, it's so insanely profitable. For this no house advantage promo they run every week. And again, like take advantage of it. All these books, like I think a lot of people are skeptical of like, oh, I don't believe these books will give me $100 when I sign up. Again, it's just a marketing cost for the books, right? These promos and stuff. So I only put $100 into Sleeper. I signed up for Sleeper, $100 in, used promo code OddsJam, right? So they matched it. So you can see I currently have $204.60 in my account. So I had $200 initially, and then I bet Derek White to score at least 1 point, which was one of their free squares, right? Like just take advantage of these profitable promos. You'll make a few $100 a week. It's the easiest thing in the world. So is no house advantage actually down? It's down for me. Maybe it's not down for you. Spamming Cruz broke the platform. It's definitely possible. Down for me. So the phone app still works, but whatever. I mean, you can kind of like keep betting it as much as you want. I'll kind of switch over to maybe there's some plays on Fliff. And again, like it's like as a sports bettor, it's just like being a poker player. It's just like being a trader. You know, you kind of just wake up and you're opportunistic. Like, where's the value? Is it on FanDuel? Is it on DraftKings? Is it on PrizePicks? Where is it? Right? Like Max Strus over 1.5 assists. This guy is so bad. This guy is so bad. So Fliff, over 9 runs in Angels Astros. You can see most books pricing this around plus 165, plus 170. Do we want to take over 9 on Fliff? Yep. Another profitable bet in our portfolio. You're literally like kind of like forming your own hedge fund of profitable bets. Every play has an edge. Is every single bet going to win? Absolutely not. But do you make money long term? Absolutely. Right. And then like you take advantage of the profitable promos that these books run all the time. I mean, what's crazy about sports betting is you have to remember all these books basically do the same thing. They take your bets. Like there's nothing really complicated to sports books. They all like have slightly different interfaces. You know, they all have slightly different interfaces. So on Fliff, you know, whatever, like compared to other sports books, they give you these Fliff coins. Fliff coins are useless. It's just fake money. But Fliff coins, you can like, they get you like experience points, whatever. But all these books do the same thing. They just like post bets, right? They post odds, I mean, that you can bet on, but they all do it independently. So I've explained this before, but like if you look up like Facebook stock price or something like that, right? Like if you go to Fidelity, E-Trade, Robinhood, whatever, Charles Schwab, the price of Facebook is going to be $273.22. Nothing complicated, right? This is going to be the price of the stock. Like you're not going to see it at $200 on E-Trade and then $300 on Fidelity. It doesn't happen. It's only in sports betting that you get a bunch of dumb books where they have no idea what they're doing, all running around setting prices independently, which is why it's crazy, which is why I love sports betting so much. And then the second reason you can make a lot of money sports betting, aside from just, you know, these super profitable promos, is you got to remember like your returns are daily. So if you could even just have a 1% ROI on your bets, right? You're betting on MLB games that are today. So if you're getting a 1% ROI betting on the MLB, that's a 30% ROI over, you know, the course of a month. which is why like things compound pretty quickly. So there we go. No house advantage loading again. So again, this is the book that's running the crazy promo where you're getting a 15x payout on these 4-pick entries. They have a $100 sign-up bonus, promo code OddsJam. And that you can just, it's a very profitable, like what the F is going on? So it looks like Bet Online just bugged out for a second, plus 857. But anyways, no idea what happened. So we'll refresh this here. And let's go back to no house advantage and let's try to find a couple last plays. And what a surprise. They moved that play on Dela Cruz. Great bets are not going to last forever. And they moved the play on Harper. So it's like, okay, whatever. We got down a few plays with Cruz and we got down PrizePicks. I assume PrizePicks has moved their line at this point. I could be wrong, but if we go to PrizePicks and we look at Cruz runs, so like, again, great bets. No, they still have it available. So if you're looking for a play on PrizePicks, it's still on PrizePicks, but I already locked in these 5 picks. So for the protected flex play, whatever entry. And again, like lines moved after lineups came out. So that's oftentimes when you find the best betting opportunities is after lineups come out. And then obviously also promos and stuff like that. So we have Eloy under half of a single, Stevenson under half of a single. So Eloy under half of a single. Okay. And then we can take Wade Jr. under half of a run and Blade under half of a hit. And Blade under half of a hit. So another profitable play, 15x payout. Again, you can place as many as you want. It's just kind of time intensive, right? We're at how many? 1, 2, 3. NBA too. I mean, like, see if there's any place we can just go to basketball. And then hear this. MLB, you have to bet on games that are the same day, which is just a little annoying, but whatever. So Bam over 3.5 assists. They moved the earlier play that we got down on Jokic, but that's fine. So what we can do is we can take Jokic for 12.5 rebounds, and we have one more minute. We take Bam over 3.5 assists. Right? We can take Bruce Brown under 12.5 points plus assists. So it's like, okay, I'll go here to Brown, 12 points plus assists, just following the data. Like there's nothing complicated to this there's nothing complicated to no house advantage. So what do we want to take as our final pick? Maybe Murray under 11.5 rebounds plus. Yeah, that seems decent. Well, no, I don't really like that because I don't want to take Bruce Brown's under an assist and then also Murray, who's on the same team, his under an assist. So what do I want to take? I need one last pick with a win rate above 51%. So how about Gabe Vincent under 16.5 points plus assists, or you could take his over 12.5 points. So I'll take him under 16.5 points plus assists, and hopefully they didn't cancel this promo yet, or I'm going to be a little annoyed because it looks like the clock just switched. Nope, they're still giving you 15x. So let's see if they take it. Please take it. So they took it, right? So now I have 10 parlays total, all 4-pick parlays for this promo. Again, there's nothing complicated to this promo. Like any 4 picks you select, you're getting a 15x payout. So you go through the math. All that means is you're looking for player props winning about, 51.89, whatever it is, 51.817, whatever. Like you can be super detail oriented and find the exact percent. 50.815%, 50.814%. What is it? Whatever. If you're winning above 50.81% of your picks, which is roughly minus 103 odds, you're going to be profitable. And you can see there's a bunch of plays on the positive EV tool on OddsJam, but, we'll call it a day for now. Hopefully this live stream was helpful. You can feel free to reach out to me with any questions. Anyways, I'm going to call it a day for now. If anyone had questions, hit me up. You typically No, not always. I'll bet overs too. I'm just like, for this NHA promo, there's so many plays available that like just pick one, overs or unders. Sleeper, I think is fine. Sleeper, I think is good, but they don't have a lot of profitable bets in general. So I think sleeper is good to have for the promos, right? Like if I pull up sleeper picks or whatever it's called, like they have a lot of promos like these, right? That are really, really good, really, really profitable. But there's not a bunch of profitable bets on sleeper aside from the promos, right? So it's just kind of like a sports book that I mainly just use for promos. So we found some plays in the WNBA. There's still some good value on PrizePicks. So maybe I'll look at PrizePicks here in a bit. There was a lot of WNBA value. There was some good value on parlay play. So I can make this live stream 5 hours long. But I think for now, going to call it a day. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this live stream. Again, any questions, email me. Absolutely no schedule. Trying to go through as much as possible. Again, on PrizePicks, our slip was right here. This was our PrizePicks slip. 5 picks, 100 to win 1,000. So some WNBA, some MLB, and yeah. So let's make some money, guys. Appreciate it.